Welcome to the Juan and Joe Podcast. It's brought to you by ktshirts.net, Minimalist Graphic Tees. I remember Tyler and I back in the day, teenage years, was when whatchamacallit was MTV was big, of course, so it was Beavis and Butthead, you know.
Oh yeah.
And I didn't get to watch it as much because, again, I was from a poor family.
Yeah.
So
you didn't have cable either?
I didn't. I was lucky to have a TV. And so we were at my cousin's place in Vegas, and we were kicking back, and man, I used to love Beavis and Butthead back then, especially because I wasn't exposed to it as much as most people because I just didn't have cable, you know?
Right.
And for some, I don't know why, it was so funny, this episode, though. And they were at what was the place they used to work at, the
burger place.
Yeah, it's upside down McDonald's, basically, right? And they're like playing in there. They're playing air guitar or something like that. Yeah. And he's like, dang, you know, whatever. I can't remember what song they were using or what one they were singing. And he's like, yeah. It's like, what are you guys doing? I can't remember exactly what it was. They were playing air guitar, and he's like, yeah. Here's one from our new single. And it was just like just the timing of what was going on and how the delivery was. I was fucking dying. So that's why, like, I was laughing because they're just playing air guitar and they're like, this is one from our new single, and they're serious, you know.
Oh yeah, absolutely serious.
I used to love that shit, man. But I probably, if I saw it now, who knows? I probably wouldn't fucking be like, why was I laughing? Who knows? Maybe I was drunk as shit. But
it's always the memory of it that's funnier too. Like, it doesn't matter that you don't know exactly. Like, you know, no matter what, somebody will correct you. Well, actually, it was episode 342, and when they weren't at work, they were in the park, and you know, like, you always get that shit. But how you remember it and how you tell the story is just—it's funny. It was still funny as fuck to watch that part of the episode. I mean, I love that kind of stuff.
I do too. The weird thing I always think of, I don't know if it happens to you, but do you ever watch something that's like funny? It doesn't matter if it's funny or cool, whatever, but you find it's funny, right? And you then start quoting the line, you know, like later on, whatever, you know, whatever it may be. And then you watch it again, and the fucking line is completely different than what you remember.
I do that, yeah. The Christmas Story. I always do the fragile. Must be French. That's not what he says. I don't know what they really say, but it's not, must be French. But in my head it is, and so that's how my kid says it too. He's like, oh, fragile, must be French. And I don't know what the real line is.
Fragile.
Yeah,
what was that?
I don't know what the real line is. I've looked it up, and I know I'm wrong, but I don't remember what it really is.
Comment on it just to let us know, because we don't feel like looking right now. I know, but we can have access to it. To me, it makes it funnier. Yeah, to me, it makes it kind of funnier. So now I say it anyways. I could have corrected it and like not said it that way. You know, from now on, I'm going to say it the right way. But I'm like, whatever. Yeah, it doesn't. But Who cares? It doesn't work. That's how I remember it. Yeah. When I do that way. You know, I'm like.
That's just how they should have wrote it.
Exactly. That's exactly how I was like, I just did a better job. Whatever. But that shit happens to me with Seinfeld a lot. Like, like I quote it, and then all of a sudden I'll watch the episode. I'm like, shit, that's not what he says exactly. You know. Most of the time I'm good, but for some reason there's times I'm like, I just remember even the delivery is different. Like one time when Seinfeld says. Him and Elaine are talking, and she goes, "Yeah, they read at the library, Jerry." And he goes, "I read," and she goes, "Books," and he goes, "Oh, big deal," you know.
Yeah.
But he says it that way, but it's a whole different delivery. So when I deliver it, I'm like, "Oh yeah, that is funny," and then when I see it, I'm like, "Oh, the delivery isn't like as what is prominent, like you know, as the." Big deal. It's
in your head,
more like big deal.
Yeah, big deal. Yeah. But in you, it's like big deal. Yeah. Like you like that. Yeah, that delivery is just better for you in your head. And tell the story.
So it's weird how like you end up doing that. So it's just bizarre how you watch, and you can watch something forever. Oh yeah. But you just for some reason it just changes later on. You know.
Yep. And it doesn't always happen just with movies. My wife and I had experience. We just talked about it recently because it came up. But we were at my aunt and uncle's house probably 20 years ago now. And the phone rang, and we were just hanging out with my aunt and my uncle, probably making dinner or something. They always made these great meals. So we were probably helping them prep dinner, doing something around the house. And the phone rang, and we kind of looked at, my uncle looked at my aunt, and they just kind of kept going about their business. And my wife's like, the phone's ringing. He goes, yeah, but... And this is how I remembered. He said, the phone is there for your convenience, not the caller's. And I always remembered that because now my phone rings and I'm like, you know what? That's my phone. Just because it's convenient for you to call right now doesn't mean I have to answer it right now. I'll answer it when I'm ready to answer it. I don't have to, oh shit, the phone's ringing. I got to stop everything I'm doing.
That is true.
And I do it at work too. I do it the phone's ringing, but I'm in the middle of a conversation. Like, aren't you going to get that? And interrupt the conversation? No, we're talking about a project. Like, why would I want to stop and get into whatever this person wants? They can send an email. They can leave a message. There's all these options.
I could always hit him back later, whatever.
Yeah, and so that's how I remember it. But she was recalling the story and telling my daughter about it. She said, and then Charlie said that the phone is there for your convenience just as much as the caller's. And I was like, wow, we both were there and we both had this completely different recollection of the story.
Yeah.
And it's a completely different message.
It is. So for her, and it's just like one word that makes it completely different.
Yeah. But that word is so important because for her, it's like, it's for both of our
convenience.
Our convenience. Yeah. It's for both of us. But for me, it was always like, no, that's my phone. It's my convenience. So I took it like, no, dude, I don't have to answer that. And she took it as, I should, but I don't really have to. So it's just weird. But it totally changed the meaning of it.
I guess I look at it as in I should or I can, but I guess it depends.
Yeah.
So I guess I look at it more, maybe I guess on her side, but I never really thought of it. I just feel like, first of all, who the fuck calls anybody anymore?
Yeah, like I said, this was 20 years ago. It was a house line.
Oh, shit, landline.
So US West, I think, was probably the telephone service. Before it was Quest, and then before it was CenturyLink.
Yeah.
Way back.
But I guess part of it for me, maybe back then, was, I guess you did have... Well, some people did have caller ID. Again, I was poor, so I didn't have caller ID.
No, we never had that.
But I didn't even have, what was it, two-way? Is that what it was?
Yeah, call waiting. And
call waiting, yeah, that fucking thing.
No, we didn't have that.
But
we didn't have an answering machine or voicemail.
Oh, fuck no. I've never had one of those in my life. That's why when Brad was like, voicemail, what the hell is that? Just leave a message on my answering machine, Yeah. But I never, I would the phone would ring. It was more like, ooh, who's this type of thing, surprise.
Yeah,
nowadays it's like, fuck, who's calling me now?
Yeah, back in the day it was a surprise. Oh boy.
Oh, this is kind of like, it was kind of like, hey, cool, somebody's calling.
Maybe there's a party going on. Maybe there's this.
Maybe something's what's going? Oh, maybe it's that girl that I like. That was never really the case. And then but now you're just like, fuck, who's calling me now? Yeah. And now it's like, I don't know that number. Click.
Yep. Leave a message. Maybe I'll listen to it.
And even more sometimes, I do know that number. Click even faster.
I changed my voicemail on my cell phone to something along the lines of like, hey, it's me, leave a message. No, wait, why are you calling? Text me. I don't answer the phone anymore. And my mother-in-law was like, I didn't like your message. I was like, I was just messing around. That was for my friends. I was just messing around. Nobody calls.
You're not the only person that... Well, actually, maybe you are the only person that calls me.
Yeah. I wasn't catering my audience. The only person that would ever listen to it is people that call and then, never mind.
What's great, too? Well, what sucks about those circumstances, when you do something like that and you never get to hear it. You're never the recipient, and then whoever calls you, they'll never really tell you. They'll think it's funny then, but they'll forget about it later.
Yeah.
Kind of like our email with our shirts,
Yeah, we love it, but...
I've had a few people oh, that's great, but we don't get to see it ever,
Nope.
So that always that's the only, anticlimactic part of that.
Yeah.
Shit,
yeah. It's for somebody else's enjoyment.
Yeah.
You said you didn't have a voicemail or any of that kind of stuff when you were younger.
Shit.
We never had it. My parents finally got it after all the kids were out of the house. Maybe it was because they were out of the house, and it was probably $2 a month to add it to their phone bill. Which they still have a landline, and it's still the same landline when I was a kid. So it's awesome.
Finally got rid of theirs.
Did they?
Yeah.
Did they? Yeah. But I called one day and who knows how long ago. This was probably 30 years ago now, or 25 years ago. But I called the house, and the phone rings like 4 times, and I'm like, oh, they're probably not home. And all of a sudden it clicks, and it's like, you have reached, and it does the phone number, and I'm like listening, like, is that the phone? It is the phone number. Like, I thought I misdialed or something, so I hung it up, and I called back, and I grabbed my wife, and I'm like, Tammy, listen to this. You got to listen to this. And she listens to it. So their first voicemail they ever got was my wife, who doesn't swear that much, especially at that time. She was like, holy shit, you got an answering machine? Jesus Christ. And then they saved it for like 10 years. Like, it was always on there. And then,
really?
then eventually, like, because like, at 90 days it'll delete. And so my mom would be checking messages and be like she'd listen to the old message and resave it. And then finally one day she forgot, and it completely went away. But they had that forever, and they'd play it for people. It was so funny. But it's like that was all surprising. We were like, what? I'm like, I know, I thought I misdialed. Like
that was when you guys moved here, or were you guys?
No, we were still in Minnesota then.
Wow.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Oh yeah, because 10 years ago. Then.
Yeah, it's probably 10, 20 years ago. Holy shit!
It's funny how they always get shit after the kids leave. Like, my parents got a van after all the kids were gone.
Instead of cramming 5 kids in a Pinto or whatever.
Yeah,
hey, let's get a van. Okay.
Yeah, and my dad always wanted a van. Again, maybe it's a Mexican thing. I don't fucking know. But yeah, he got it after all the kids were fucking gone. So
that's awesome.
I mean, it's fine, but I always find it funny to do shit like that.
It is. That's true. My parents just bought an RV, and it sleeps about 10.
That's true. That's true. I forgot.
Yeah. That way everybody will borrow it.
Yeah, I guess my parents actually, come to think of it now that you mentioned, as far as the answering machine, they didn't get one, I think, till like I was basically out of the house, or at least close to it.
And it might be that, well, if they call and we're not here, I want to know what's going on,
Possibly, yeah.
They don't have as much control over us, but they want to, like, not in a controlling way, but they just want to be a part of it. They don't want to miss out on anything.
Yeah. Well, my parents finally upgraded to a flip phone.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I might downgrade to a flip phone. Just get rid of all this crap.
I think Warren Buffett still has that shit.
Yeah. He's smarter than we are.
The battery's low, so it cut me out a little bit. It looks like I don't know how much of that we got. Oh, yeah. Look,
swap it up.
It keeps stopping. Yeah. We'll be right back. Okay, so this will be track 218 now after the battery death.
I just hit pause, so.
You're good.
Yep. I just avoided a lot of like.
I had no choice.
Yeah, no, you can't pause a dead battery.
Anyway, sorry, I had some technical difficulties as far as this battery's dying. Part of our wonderful preparations that we take so much into consideration.
I think it's a good idea to do the rechargeables, but even those, you gotta charge them. Like, it's no matter what.
Forget that.
Batteries are a pain in the ass. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nice to have that stuff on the go, and it definitely beats having a computer in front of us, having to keep that shit going.
Yeah, it's nice to be able to at least see the levels there, but I don't know, whatever. It's just the fucking more of a hassle than anything sometimes, I think.
Hell yeah, it is.
Excuse me.
You're welcome.
We were going to be doing this. This is actually on a Saturday morning. We were going to do it on the evening, which would have been nice because we could be able to have some beers. Not that we can't have beers now, but then, fuck, what am I going to do for the rest of the day? I'd be tired.
It does kind of kill the rest of the day's motivation.
A little bit,
10-30 beers is great if you're going to do that all day.
Yeah, if that's the plan.
Not a good start to a productive Saturday.
No. It's still, still somewhat early, but, if we were at brunch, maybe.
Then we'd have to have mimosas and Bloody Marys.
Oh, fuck that. Go to Oso and just get actual beer. Like we went to Mother Bunches that
oh,
yeah,
yes.
That was nice.
That was perfect.
Damn.
That place is really good.
Yeah.
I think we're due for one of those.
I think so, too. One of these Saturday mornings we'll have to fucking vlog over there or something.
Yeah. Oh, we'll be downtown, so we could do anything.
That'd be nice.
Especially it doesn't open early, so if we get there early, we could do in the cool weather, start filming and wander in the area and then come back at it opens at 10 or 11.
Yeah.
I remember we were down there, we're like, it ain't open yet. What the fuck?
Yeah, I remember that shit. We actually had to wait for a little bit. But yeah, like if we weren't down there to even do some type of photography, it's just a little tough to do photography downtown Phoenix. Cause again, there's not much texture there, Like it's just there's not. I haven't been to many cities for the most part, the ones that I have definitely are much better than Phoenix's downtown. I think Phoenix's downtown is straight ass boring.
Yeah, and it's so spread out that even if you wanted to go down, you can't just go like from, a lot of downtowns are built. So this is the music area. You just hit this block and you can jump in and out of bars. Oh, there's a blues band here, jazz here, hip hop here. You can just hop back and forth. But we don't have a music area and an art area and everything else. It's all just spread out.
Yeah.
You have to drive to everything.
Yeah,
It's really strange.
It is bizarre. So, that's the thing that sucks about that. Plus, coming from Vegas, my downtown's a slightly bit different.
Yeah. I think Minneapolis is more impressive than Phoenix in some ways. I think at least it's like
you got some big
compact
ass buildings over
and
there, don't you?
and everything's tall and it's all right in one area. So
that's what's nice about that.
The thing that's dumb about Minneapolis is like, and I don't even know which direction is which because I haven't driven down there for so long. But you have First Street, Second Street, Third Street. Those run. I'm just going to say it this way because I'm not positive, but those run east-west. First Ave, Second Ave, Third Ave run north-south. So you can be on the corner of First and First.
First, the nexus of the universe.
Yeah, exactly.
It's from Seinfeld.
You can be on 2nd and 7th, and if you're on 2nd Street and 7th Avenue, and you're supposed to be on 2nd Avenue and 7th Street, you're nowhere near where the fuck you're supposed to be.
It's already hard enough that the avenues here are west and the streets are east, and still people are like, I'm on 32nd of Avenue or Street.
Exactly.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I was teaching my kid how to drive. I'm like, dude, this is really easy. Central cuts it in the middle.
Yes.
Streets to the east.
Dark
avenues
side
to the west.
Yeah.
It is.
It is. But it does make it very convenient. I mean, especially like when I go, okay, where's this at? 2935 West. I'm like, oh, that's avenues. Yep. Like, it's so easy to be like, all right, I know basically which is that,
Yep.
But yeah, that first.
And then I'm not going there.
Yeah. If you are, you better start packing heat.
Yeah.
But that first, that's funny because when on Seinfeld, when Kramer was like calling Jerry, and he's like, "Okay, I'll come get you," because he's like trapped downtown or something. He's like, "I'll come get you," and he's like, "Where you at?" And he's like, "I'm on First, and First." I'm in the nexus of the universe. And so I guess it does exist.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Which is probably something that I think that's exactly what he said, and I bet you I watch it back, it's going to be a little bit different. It'll still be the nexus of the universe. But and that was one of the episodes where I did repeat one, and I seem to get it wrong every time, but it's like the bucket, something about he's waiting for a ride, and the guy comes up and he's like, "Hey, you need a ride?" And he's like, "Well, my friend was supposed to come and get me." And he's like, "Not much of a friend, is he?" And so it goes on, and it's so funny. So Dan and I would always do it, and he'd be putting gas in or whatever. I could be coming from the store, and I'd like be by his door and be like, "Hey." And he's like, "Hey, you need a ride?" I'm like, "Well, my friend's supposed to be here." So we just do it all the time. And then at the end, he's like, "Yeah," because he says something like, "You know how to use a mop and bucket?" And he goes, "Yeah, get in," whatever. And so he gets in, and he's like, and it's just one of those things I think that Seinfeld, it just kind of trails in, like, they didn't mean to put it in there. I think it just kind of accidentally worked, maybe. I don't know. But he gets in the car, and as he's driving, I was like, "Oh, these are nice seats." He's like, "Why would you ever say that?" But it's just funny how it comes up,
Yeah.
So
once a show gets a rhythm like that, it does. It works.
Yeah.
Like, stuff that's not even funny just hits.
Because I guess maybe because you're part of their life.
You're in that world. Right? Yeah. They created a world, and you're in it.
Yeah. Just like The Office.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely, The Office.
Yeah.
My kid was watching The Office the other day when I walked in, and it was the episode where they have they're doing all the safety stuff. So they do the fire. So he actually sets a fire to try to get people, because they didn't listen to his PowerPoint presentation the day before. So he actually lights a fire, and everybody's panicking. He's like, "What do we do?" And they're like trying to break windows and just destroying the place to get out of there. Slamming the copy machine into the door to like a fucking ram the door open. It's just hysterical. But if you don't watch that show, you turn on, it's like it's not that funny. Like, it's chaotic, but The humor is in just knowing all these characters and this world they created, and you know who's gonna do what, and then they do it, and you're like, oh, good, he did it. It's so awesome.
Yeah, it'd just be like it's a regular thing, like going to work. Like if you don't know the people and something's going on, you're like, what the fuck is this? But
when you work in a good place, or you know what, some of your favorite jobs, you just know the people, and you walk in, we'd say the same lines every day, and it was still funny, you know, to us. Somebody else walks in, they're like, why you guys just repeat yourselves every day? Like, it's fun. Yeah, don't worry about it. But the other part of that episode that had me cracking up was the little Annie doll or whatever, the mannequin. Have you seen that?
I don't know if I have.
So, and now see, I'm not the biggest Office fan, so I don't know everybody's name, but the not Michael Scott, but his goofball sidekick, Dwight, yes,
Dwight Schrute.
Dwight. So Dwight is they're doing CPR, and they're trying to do it to staying alive. You know, that's the beat you're supposed to do CPR to. So you know, so you remember that. And so, you know, so that's how you remember how to hit, you know, what rhythm to keep when you're doing CPR. And so they're all start singing the song, and they're screwing around, and they end up, you know, the person dies, the little dummy dies. But, you know, Michael Scott's like, it has no arms and legs. Shouldn't we be more concerned about the fact that it has no arms and legs? What kind of quality of life will he have if we bring him back to life? just crack it up anyways. And then Dwight attacks the thing with a knife because it's dead? Yes, it's dead. Well, I looked at its wallet. It's an organ donor. Let's harvest the organs. And he leaps on top of it and just buries the knife to the hilt. You know, he has a knife on his leg, of course, because it's Dwight.
Always.
Buries the knife to the hilt, carves it open, starts pulling out organs and stuff. And then they cut away to everything else. And then they cut back to Dwight, and he turns around and he goes, hello, Clarice. And he has the dummy's face on his. He cut it off.
I haven't seen that.
Oh, my God. That's fantastic. Like, that is the funniest thing. It almost outdoes when they drive into the water.
Oh.
It almost outdoes that scene. I was laughing so fucking hard.
I didn't see that one.
My God. Oh. And he makes the little, like, noise that yep, exactly. I was like, holy shit. Hello, Clarice. And they go, ah!
Hello, Clarice.
God. It's like, I didn't think it would really work. I wanted to prove it wouldn't work, but turns out it works. You can wear somebody else's face.
That's so fucking funny. Okay, check this. Well, I checked the wallet. Turns out he's an organ donor.
just buries a knife and just ripping it open. Yeah. Oh God, it was
Michael
great.
Scott, what kind of quality of life? Like, how clever is that
I know. Shit? Those guys are. I mean, that show was pure genius.
It was.
And they wrote it, and they acted it. I think that helps a lot.
Yeah,
for that style.
Because B.J. Novak was a big time a writer in that, and a director a few times as well.
Yeah. Yep.
Who was Ryan in that show.
Yep, I did know that. I followed him a little bit. He's
Yeah, because I think he was on the Tim Ferriss. It was Tim Ferriss or WTF, one of the ones.
Yeah, I do remember listening to it. I think it was. I thought it was Ferriss.
I thought it was Ferriss too.
Because I think he had something else going on that was techie.
I think you're right.
Something he was investing in or created or
Angel
sponsored.
Or co-founder. Something like fuck. That was a while back though, but yeah.
Yeah, but those guys, that's how they picked him up. You know, can you write and act? And I think a lot of them are probably from the improv background.
Yeah, probably.
That fits. I know not Michael Scott, but you know, Steve Carell is big time. He was in that Chicago one.
The improv thing?
Yeah, the improv thing, the big one that a lot of the SNL guys came out of.
Yeah, kind of like where Bernie Mac was, I think, like all them guys. Yeah.
Yep. I think he was in that big one, but
yeah.
But that helps. I mean, if you can write and you can act, and I mean that's perfect because you could set yourself up, and then you develop these characters, and now you just you write as Michael Scott. I mean,
it's just like Workaholics, That's kind of what they do as well.
And you come up with a joke, which one's supposed to say it. Like, oh, here's the situation and the joke, and everybody in the room could go, that's Dwight's. I mean, you could just feel
and how to deliver it.
I got this. It wouldn't have worked if they would have switched the characters because it's I don't know, it's mind blowing.
It would have been great. Yeah. So, anyways, we were just kind of bullshitting, but we're actually here to read some letters, right now we at least have one letter. We do have two letters to see if we can get to the second one, but of course we'll split this up in two different ones.
Yeah.
But let's see. So we have a couple letters here. I'm going to read one first. I think they're both from 2011. What the hell? Then this one doesn't even have a stamp on it.
Sons of...
Oh, this one's 2013.
Nice.
Oh, that's the card. Oh,
Oh, yeah. Cool.
Should we go with the long one first?
Yeah, let's do the long one.
All right. So this is letters from B-Rad. This would be episode, 5?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yes.
This is from June 5th, 2011. So almost...
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah. Almost right on the dot.
Yeah.
This is when he was still in Ely.
This is about when you would have gotten it 11 days later.
Yeah, pretty close. Yeah, pretty close. Absolutely. This is from Ely when he was still in prison in Ely, Nevada. You got a little drawing of a lion on the envelope. And every once in a while, he does send me some drawing, or did send me some drawings, and he still does sometimes. When he does, we'll try to put them up so you guys can at least check them out.
Put them up. Yeah, they might not be on the iTunes version of it, but they'll be on juanandjoecomedy.com / Juan and Joe Podcast.
And YouTube.
And the YouTube
channel, Juan and Joe Studios.
We'll drop the images in the show notes there.
Yeah. And a quick shout out to actually... on June 12th, it was my best friend's birthday, Chris Abney. Lost him 4 years ago, or 5, maybe 5. So anyways, I was going to put it up on that whole Facebook thing, but recently I just come to the conclusion that it seems like, I mean, it's good to like pay tribute, I feel, but it's like, to me, it just sometimes seems like you're just doing it for yourself, I guess. I have a little bit of a problem differentiating. I know I didn't pronounce that right. Sorry. English is my second language, technically. But it's hard for me to separate those two as far as is like, am I putting it up because I'm kind of having a tribute for him? Because, you know, I miss that guy a lot. Mm-hmm. And so it was his birthday. Or is it because I want people to like it? I don't know. I guess it's just hard for me to kind of explain.
I think the problem is that it's so overdone right now that the market's saturated with people putting up tributes and not all of them are genuine.
Yeah,
and so you don't want to be lumped into that, you know, because if I see it, if it's me, I'm going to see it and go like, oh, dude, he must be going through that. You know, maybe I'll just send him a text, be like, hey, man, hope you're doing okay. You know, because I'd be thinking you probably are feeling it today. You know, today's an important day for you. But somebody else might see it that doesn't know you that well and be like, oh, yeah, tribute for your friend. Real selfish, you know. So
hard to say.
Yeah, it just, you know, you got to do what's in your heart. I mean, I felt when I've had some people that have passed and they're not in Arizona, so it's hard for me because I didn't do a service for all of them. And so, you know, and a lot of people were posting on Facebook and I didn't do that. But I eventually bought a sixer of their favorite beer and I'll sit and drink it and tell stories with my wife or my kid or, you know, or I'll call my brother and have a conversation with him about it. So, you know, you got to do something to honor it and to tribute it. And it's tough. You know?
Yeah, sometimes I just think about it to myself, I think. That's it. I don't talk about it much. I don't do much about that. I just kind of like to remember and wish he was still here, you know. But yeah, that was on June 12th that his birthday was on, and I just wanted to kind of say happy birthday to Abney.
Well, if you ever need a friend, I'll help you find one.
I think I got one, but he's in prison.
Oh, damn.
Which is where I'm going to be reading these letters from right now. Not from prison, technically. He's from prison.
We're live in prison.
We're live in prison. Not really. All right, so Nevada, Ely, Nevada is where he spent most of his time. I can't remember when he moved to Indian Springs. It had been... I've been there at S for 4 years, maybe 6 years ago. I'm just guessing. Mm-hmm. But he was in Ely for basically most of that time, which is cold as shit up there, I guess.
Huh.
It's kind of like Arizona, how more south you are, the warmer it is. More north you go, it's colder.
Yeah.
Nevada works the same way. South, you go up and it gets colder.
Well, by the time you get up, you're near the Rockies, right? Or even in them?
I
don't know how exactly
I'm not sure because you still have like Idaho and all that shit in between that. But it probably starts running into that ballpark, that area.
Colorado or
because you have Lake Tahoe up there, which gets a little cold, you know, things like that.
Cool.
So yeah, but again, that was back in the day. So this is when he wrote me this letter, which was on June 5th, 2011. So he starts out as, Jose, what you know, Joe? He always has some type of new.
It's good.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Dude, man, it's nice to hear from your shit. Oh, from you. Shit, I thought you got hit by a bus, which he said, I think, the last time. He likes that one. Or struck oil and moved to Hawaii.
Oh, yeah, well, that's what I'd do.
Yeah, especially in fucking Phoenix. I should have been like, Brad, if I moved to Hawaii, man, you'd never hear from me again.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
So this must have been when I found him on that prison inmates or whatever, online, whatever it was. I got the message from the website place after I got your letter, and one from Dougie. Oh, Dougie must have wrote him.
Nice.
Tell him I got it, please, and I'll write sometime soon to him. So Dougie is one of our boys from back home. I have to tell him to give him a write, and hopefully one day we can make a special appearance have a special guest and have Dougie on the show.
Yeah, he can read a letter.
Yeah, that'd be funny.
One of his.
As a matter of fact, I might be able to put something up soon when I recorded me and Doug, my nephew, kind of almost a little bit of a podcast style.
Yeah, telling stories and hanging out, drinking a beer.
Yeah, so
kind of king of the hill though. You guys were standing there drinking the beer.
A little bit,
fast.
Yeah. But I could probably put that up there so then you guys can at least put a face to Dougie and see that goofball that he is. So, Doug, love you fresh, because I know you'll be listening to this. Anyways, right, Brad, dickhead.
Now you don't have to text him.
Yeah, you're right. I'll send you the address. So, tell him I got it, please, and I'll write sometime soon. Yeah, I did that. Yeah, I did that to get pen pals. Only got one dude and a lady from Sweden. So a partner that helped me pay for it here said, put by. That's when I was like, what the hell is this buy shit? Put by in quotation marks, and you'll get more people. Yeah, like 10 fags wrote.
Yeah, that was a great idea. Glad it's working out for you.
Obviously it worked. Or sent their address at least. Crazy shit. I'll use the fags to see if they want to help me out with money, smiley face.
Dick pics only, please.
They can afford it. Haha. Oh, God, that guy. Unbelievable. Again, this is Brad's writing, not us. I'm just reading it. So my roommate is from Arizona. Well, and I wonder if that's the guy that he wrote about recently.
Oh, yeah.
My roommate's from Arizona. Well, lived there in Phoenix for a while. He says, do you know a girl named Teresa, K-U-K, Kook, whatever. Of course I fucking don't, because I live in Phoenix.
Teresa, if you're out there.
Yeah. Some dude want to know if I knew you. Like, hey, my buddy, I have a buddy who lives in Arizona. I could imagine like Brad. Yeah. Like, hey, I got a buddy that lives in Arizona. Oh, in Arizona? Yeah. How's it if he knows Teresa? Yeah? Yeah, okay.
Yeah. That's my neighbor. Yeah. Holy shit, small world.
Yeah, I know her. Tell her that bitch owes me money. Yeah. Remember how we say he kind of switches. Oh yeah,
topics. Yeah.
I mean, that's not even paragraph. It's just like mid-sentence. It might as well be.
He's got to work on his transitions.
Maybe not. No. It's kind of makes a nice little abrupt cut. So anyway, do you know a girl named Teresa Cook? Fucking Cardinals just cost me 4 stamps.
Oh, big bet.
By winning today against the Cubs. Oh, that must be the.
Oh yeah.
The St. Louis card.
Yeah.
Fucking bastards. Win some, lose some. God, you have to be bored if you're watching baseball.
Yeah, that's true. Wow.
And betting on it among all other things.
Hanging on every pitch. Oh, brutal.
I only got 180 more games to go. Ugh. All right, so he goes on. I'm good as good can be. considering I'm trapped in a box.
True.
Yeah, definitely. Same old shit, really. I had a job as the head cook here for almost 2 years. Then they blame me for someone getting beat up. Haha. I know nothing.
Because I'm writing a letter.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
I wonder if I was actually able to have a conversation with him.
Yeah. So what do you really know?
What the story would have been.
Yeah.
I wonder if he'd remember that if I'd asked him about that, since that was in 2011, you know?
Yeah.
I know nothing. Obviously, they thought different, and since he says I had, I'd imagine he no longer had that job after that. So, not much changes in my world, really. Nope, I haven't heard from anyone in the last 2 or 3 years. Even Dad and so Dad and are some friends that we had. I had this friend of mine back in the day. Him and I used to be really, really good friends, and we'd always go, like, it was me and Brad and 2 other cats that we always used to hang out at this dude's place and his parents, and they were just fucking coolest spot. So we just call his parents Mom and Dad. That's what they liked, and his sister, and we'd always have a great time and stuff like that. Unfortunately, him and I had a big fallout, and we haven't spoken since I don't know, maybe 99 or something. Oof. So it's been a long time. Yeah. But I did speak a little to Dad, who we'll refer to him, and then Mom. It was actually his stepmom, his sister's real mom, though. So they're kind of halves. But unfortunately, she passed away due to epilepsy. Basically, kind of exactly what happened to my buddy Abney, right?
Wow.
But anyway, so that's who he's talking about when he says, even Dad and I don't hear from anymore. It's happened before. Then all of a sudden, she starts writing again, but they might have moved. They might have.
Yes, I'm reading might of.
Moved again, so they don't get my last couple letters. Shit, who knows? I even sent a couple to your old place. That sucks to hear about Dave McClary dying. Yeah, I dig the shit out of him. So that was one of my other childhood friends, MC. We always used to call him Dave McClary. He grew up pretty rough as well. Unfortunately, he passed away to lymphoma.
Oh, wow.
I think he passed away a year or possibly 2 before Abney. Him and I are the ones I always used to go to Vegas a lot and hang out quite a bit. And, I moved down here, and then he split. And when you were talking about the landlines back in the day,
yeah,
for your parents, so because my parents had that goddamn number for so long, he'd always remember it. So if he ever lost touch with me in some way, he'd always know my parents' number.
Yep. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That number's the same. Yep.
Yeah, it was. And he ended up moving back home to where he used to be from California. But yeah, it's too bad. He passed away as well. But it was always fun to hang out with him. We had a lot of shit that we used to do back in the day. It was good stuff. All right. So then he goes on to say, Comstock is ghetto for real now. Or Comstock is ghetto for real now, huh? Figures. Haha, Big 5 is old folks. Nice. So, Comstock is one of the trailer parks that our boy that we used to hang out with, they used to live there.
Yeah.
And it was like big fucking trailer park, at least there. And it had like this gigantic grassy fucking meadow in the center, kind of like split, and so we always used to hang out. There's a lot of people that actually lived there. And then Brad and his people, or his mom and his brother, lived across like the main highway in another trailer park called Big 5.
Okay.
Who one of our other buddies' parents actually ran.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So so Comstock, like I drive by there sometimes right now. And yeah, I know. You can't ever say a trailer park was nice. But fuck, nowadays.
It's even worse.
Holy shit. It's probably just like a fucking... Who knows how many meth labs are probably in that goddamn fucking place. Oh,
Jesus. Yeah.
Yeah, so... So that, and then Big 5 got turned into a fucking 55 years or older fucking old folks area now.
Big 55.
Yeah, Big 55. Yeah, Big 55.
Crazy.
Yeah, so that's where we did a lot of the hanging out back in the day. Both those fucking parks. And, fuck, was it a goddamn blast. I mean, some of the shit that I can remember.
What little I remember was epic.
It was epic. And, yeah, it was fantastic. So tell everyone that you might see, I said, fucking donkey dicks high.
All right. Hey, Brad says fucking donkey dicks high.
Hey, Brad tells you donkey dicks high. I have a cousin of mine. I'll say his name. We could bleep it out if we need to. I was wondering. So that's what he says. Is he still the chef at a big casino? Good shit. So that was he's been a chef there for a long time. Different places. One time over even at the Paris. He's been doing that for a long time.
That's awesome.
And then
It'd be a crazy life.
Yeah.
Because you're out all night anyways. Cooking late into the night, Friday and Saturday night, and then they have a reputation for like in Phoenix. Being parties, the parties they have and all that crap. Mm-hmm. Can't imagine being on Vegas and having that schedule and that lifestyle. That's a whole
fucking different level over there. Yeah. I think, and he was working for a long time, like 18 hours a day, because that's what all those chefs do,
Yeah, they got to plan the menu, prep the menu. I mean,
yeah. That's why I never understood when I would watch Friends why Monica was never at fucking work and she was a chef.
That's a good
bitch
point.
was always at fucking home, dude.
What the hell? How does that work?
Like, wow, so you're the chef, huh?
Must be. Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Doesn't make sense.
No.
Yeah, fuck blank. So the reason I say that is the cat that we used to work out, that we used to hang out with, and the one that him and I don't talk anymore.
All right.
Because I told him, he's a fucking asshole, basically. So he's like, yeah, fuck him. I tried also, he didn't say shit, hateful asshole. He was always, though.
Wow.
Smiley face.
Yeah.
And then, do you remember that older dude, Lane, his last name, that lived across from me in Big 5? Guitar player, pothead dude. I still hear from him regularly. He just moved back to P-Dump himself. Told me some shit you did. Huh?
Uh-oh. Better read it before you read it out loud.
I see what he's saying. Yeah, I was scanning, trust me.
Hold on.
He just moved back to P-Dump, told me some shit, same shit, or some shit. Is that a fucking A or no? Told me some shit you did. It's like a whole new perump now. I think it's just because like the new shit that's come up and things like that. So, and I guess this guy Lane used to write him a lot. I think actually in maybe one of the recent letters that we already read once, or maybe it's the most recent one. He talks about some dude. I want to say it's Lane, but I can't remember. That used to write him. He hasn't heard from him anymore. So,
it must be one of the new ones. It doesn't sound familiar, but
that's what I can't remember. But I remember the guy though. He used to live right across. What did he say? Across from me. Yeah. So you can't say street because it's a fucking trailer park. Right across the walkway.
Right across the dust from me.
The yard, whatever you want to fucking say.
On the other side of the tumbleweed.
On the other side of the fucking garbage cans. A whole new problem. So, I'm truly glad to hear your folks are doing okay, and your mom is well now. Yeah, her and the tortillas. I still tell people of those.
Oh, I bet.
As a matter of fact, I was telling someone just not long ago how she made you send me all those Jehovah's Witness things. God bless her always. You can tell her that yes, I did find them helpful and even gave them to others around me also.
Oh, nice.
So that was nice, yeah. But yeah, tortillas. My friends, if anything, remember my mom's cooking for sure. But yeah, it was nice of him. He always has a lot of respect for my parents. So then he goes on to say, my mom, unfortunately, this was in 2011. His mom has now passed on. I can't remember when she did. It was probably a few years ago, I think.
It's like Game of Thrones. Every character you bring up in a letter's passed on.
I know,
Holy
man.
shit.
I should start this thing off
Jesus.
like Quentin Tarantino writes his movies, maybe.
Might have to.
My mom, she's fat and happy. That's what he says. I call only once a month. She is in whatever, Texas. I'm not going to say the name. Near my sister Shelly in the Dallas area. Mom is on one side, Shelly is on the other. Towns. This is what he's saying. She got old but still pushing on. She loves being near some of the grandkids. Joe and Randy, which are both his brothers, were together for a while. Then Joe went back to his old lady, again in parentheses. Obviously, that probably wasn't the best thing. I don't think he's with her now. And Randy come back to Reno. Randy was always a little bit of a odd cat for sure. Anytime that you're 10 years older hanging out with fucking teenage kids.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's one of those things.
Yeah.
But it's still cool, dude. Not like a fucking pervert or anything, so don't get me wrong.
But he would get us beer.
Yeah, but he would get us beer, along with Johnny Satan. And I'll have to tell you about that some other time. I even got into contact with my other sisters and brothers from my dad's first marriage. Most of them are in Cali still. Not real tight, but it was nice to hear from them again. That's good. Let's see. I just want to see. Okay, so I'm just gonna. My cousin. This is my cousin. He says her name. I just don't want to say her name. So he says, I'll just say your cousin. He tells me, yeah, little Miss Attitude. I used to tease her a lot. I don't think she liked me too much. Haha. Can't blame her if her husband works here, which actually was working at a prison at one point.
Wow.
I have no clue because he was working at a correctional facility, and they were up by Ely at this time when they were living there.
Weird.
This is where this is coming from.
Yeah.
I have no clue, and he'd have to tell them about any connections, I think. But since I don't know him or his name, it'll be fine. So yeah, that reminds me that he ended up getting a job as a corrections officer up there.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, and
so your cousin's husband. He
Uh-huh.
was in the same facility as B-Rad.
I think so.
Wow.
And
or possibly at least.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly. Allegedly.
Yeah.
No, I can't really remember, but I did ask about that because I think I was talking to my cousin, and that's what she was saying. You know, I was like, "Wow, holy shit!" So I asked him about that. But I mean, he wouldn't know. You know,
right.
My cousin's husband wouldn't know Brad or anything like that.
Right.
But, yeah, it's kind of weird. And so I was teasing him about fucking basketball because, you know, I was too bad I don't know where the letters that I wrote him because some of the shit he's answering me back.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
But I think I was teasing him because back in the day, we used to fucking watch basketball a lot. This is why I'm saying this because the next paragraph kind of involves this. Is that he was always like, we always used to play ball all the fucking time. And he always wore fucking Chicago Bulls everything. Because fucking Jordan, you know, he's a fucking man.
Yeah.
I've always been a Lakers fan, still am, but I always loved Jordan play. I think if you didn't, you're just you're a hater, or you're like one of our boys, Billy, who his team always got destroyed by Michael Jordan, hence is why he fucking hates him to this day.
Yeah, he hates him as a rival, not you got to respect him, but you can hate him as a rival.
Yeah, you New York Knicks know what I'm talking about out there.
Sorry about that.
Not really.
Not really. Not at all.
Actually, not in the slightest bit.
Yeah.
And so I must have asked him something about that because he's saying something about the Lakers. So he says, fucking Bulls. I gave up on them when Jordan left and went back to my childhood time Lakers. Damn, Dallas swept their ass bad. THERE.
There.
Yeah, swept their ass. I got my money on Dallas to win series now. I don't know whatever happened with that.
Yeah, I don't either.
We'd have to look back.
Yep.
Comment that shit if you want.
I'm sure somebody... Oh my God, that was the greatest game of all time.
And ends here. This is basically the end. Well, it was hella good to hear from you, my brother. Don't be shy, fucker. Tell Dougie my message, please. Dougie, you got the message. A little late nonetheless.
You probably gave him the message at the time as well.
Yeah, probably.
We'll just assume.
And I don't know what the fuck that says. Hansta? Can you fucking see that shit?
That is Hansta. Hansta.
Maybe it's some kind of prison thing.
I don't know.
Yeah. All right. Well, it says Hansta Brad. Whatever.
Maybe Hasta La Vista.
Yeah, maybe.
He's trying to like get a...
He says, I still love you. Hopefully that doesn't mean like... Hansta doesn't mean like... Some... I don't know.
Mexican whore. Oh, you'd know if it did.
No, I wish it would have meant that. He does say P.S. Oh yeah, that website and the fuck. Sorry,
this stuff isn't exactly typed out,
it's not
so
the best.
It's like if anybody's ever had to read hieroglyphics, it's kind of similar to that.
There it is. Okay, I think I figured it out.
Okay.
I got my fucking
decoder rings working.
Yeah, it is. There we go. There it is. Oh yeah, that website, and they only send me any messages. That still doesn't make. Hold on, my decoder still broke.
Try again.
Oh yeah, that website ad. They only send me any messages or addresses 2 times a month on the 1st and the 15th. I don't know if he's still doing that, but
yeah,
was it? But that was the letter from B-Rad. That was actually a little bit of a longer one.
Yeah, he had some stuff to answer and some stuff to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just wish I would remember the shit that I fucking asked him.
Yeah, that'd be an impossible task. Have scans of every letter you wrote, and then what did he answer? Oh, what did I say? Oh God,
I'm sure it's
that'd
just on the computer because I just type all my shit out anyway.
Oh, do you?
Fucking writes anymore.
True.
So, but yeah, so that was letters from B-Rad, and
when we're done, we'll lead letters to B-Rad.
Letters to B-Rad,
and then we'll weave them together in this long episodic back and forth.
Again, there are a couple of those things, of course, unfortunately, have changed. Kind of like his mom passing now. Mm-hmm. Excuse me. Shout out to Patty, and that was back in 2011. But again, we decided not to read this in chronology. Help me out.
Chronological.
That too. Order.
Como se dice?
And we figured it was just because we just want to share his stories, right? For the most part.
Yeah. It's fun to read them. It's interesting to read, and it's not a beginning to end story we're telling. It's just fun. It's cool. It's interesting. It's a great topic. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. And I haven't told him. I was going to tell him about us doing a podcast in this first letter, and I forgot to ask Nick about it. We'll talk about Nick later, but I forgot to ask him about it because, like I said, I think I told you I was originally going to say something in there, but then I don't know if who will listen to it, and I don't know how safe it'd be. I don't want him to shut down or anything like that. I don't think he would, but so I just want to kind of bring
you don't want him to get in trouble either.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I was going to talk to Nick about that and possibly see what the deal is on that. In any case, it's just about just reading insight of his life in there. As you can see, he still has a good attitude about things. I mean, he jokes around and talks shit.
He's accepted it,
Yeah,
I guess.
Yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Letters from B-Rad. And this letter from June 5th, 2011.
I did. I'm hearing them for the first time, too, so I thought it was a good letter. I like the long ones. It's a lot of information.
The long ones are a lot of fun.
And he didn't switch pens. Well, the other one was kind of long, and he had or it was short. It was only one side of the page, but he had 4 different colors he went from blue pen to red pen to pencil back to blue pen. You could just tell he wrote a couple sentences, got interrupted or whatever.
And
I think one of them he jumped back in I was in solitaire for a while. Sorry about that.
I was in the hole.
I was in the hole, yeah.
Yeah, definitely this one is the same ink.
Yeah.
And It was definitely a long one, so
it's good.
It's good to see this one. And then, I did write him back recently. Actually, just a week ago. So we should have a pretty new letter coming up here pretty soon.
Nice.
We're going to try to do a couple older ones and then maybe one new one here and there. We don't want to burn through all the new ones immediately, but I do have quite a good stack over there right now.
Yeah. Awesome.
So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this episode and, leave us a review, hopefully a good one.
Yeah. Leave us a comment, leave us a review, subscribe to the podcast.
Yes. You just get to listen to the thing.
Yeah.
So, not a big deal.
What else are you going to do? You're at work, probably.
Yeah. Fuck. Yeah, what else are you going to do while you're driving? Who gives a shit?
Yeah, hopefully we can chew up 45 minutes to an hour of your day at work.
Yeah.
You finish this up and go, oh, shit, I get to go home in a half hour. Perfect.
Yeah, and remember, our small box at work is temporary.
Yeah.
I'm reading from a guy that's been in a small box for over 20 years.
Oh.
Ugh.
Ouch.
Yeah, with no girls.
No.
Ever. Ugh.
Man.
Yeah. So
that's depressing.
So next episode will be number 6.
Yep.
And this will be a little bit of a shorter letter, I'm sure. And possibly if it's too short, maybe we'll do 2. We'll see what happens.
Sounds good.
All right. So thanks again for joining us, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed again. My name is Jose Meza.
And I am Jonathan Baden. Thank you so much for listening.
That's a fucking wrap.
It's a wrap.
That's a fucking wrap.